Right thing to do. So she wasn't trying to be respectful. So in the courtroom, she was like, "Give me your note." I had to change my number and give me your note. I said, "No, you ask me. You be nice and you be respectful. You ask me because the number's in my name." I tried to be nice with you. I tried to tell you how, what the story was. I tried to be there and reassure you that, even though this happened, that your son was number one and that we were going to be there for him, number one. And, I offered you all this stuff. So if you don't want to be respectful or accept that, then I'm not going to have you disrespect me and go off in the court because we're here for your son. And if you can't put your son first, we're going to do that. So we had encounters like that. It wasn't pleasant, but, I was not going to let, because I was innocent. I did not know that they were married or that he had a child. And I made him go back. I could have said, forget it, let's just keep going, let's do our thing. But I made him go back to handle his situation. And so, it didn't work out through the years. We would come from 3 hours away to visit, and it was always an argument, always a fight. Mediation had to be involved. He had to have supervised visits. Hold on. Anyway, be quiet. I thought I heard somebody at the door. So we went through that for years, but my husband always paid his child support. There was one year where he didn't work because he had eye surgery, and at that time, unemployment didn't take out child support. So, and he wasn't working. So he kind of held back a little bit. But once he got back on his feet, he reported it. And he told them, hey, take it out of my check every 15th and 20th, what you got paid at that time, because I don't want to be late. I don't want to have to run to the post office after work and get postage. It's just more easier for him. It's not like they had to find out where he works and they had to take his money out because he wasn't paying. He always was willing and happy to pay child support. He ended up having to pay interest and back child support. He completed everything. When his son became 18, he was finished with his debt, and he paid the back, he paid the interest, he provided insurance, he did all the right things financially. He was never a deadbeat dad. He paid his child support from the beginning to the very end. He tried to have a relationship with his son. At this time, the son was filled up with so many lies that he believes. And even though he tried to have a relationship with my daughter, which I thought they're brother and sister, they should have a relationship. It's not about us, it's about them. But then I think he only wanted to do that to find out about his dad, but yet at the same time, he didn't want to hear his dad's story. So I believe when you don't want to hear both sides of the story and you want to be stuck in what one person tell you, that's not right. And you're not getting the full truth. So your meanness or I don't want a relationship with you is based on not anything that's fair, right, or true. If somebody's hurt me, if I feel some kind of way, like my dad was never there for me or whatever, I want to hear both of them. I want to hear her side of the story, which he's heard plenty, and I want to hear my dad's side of the story. At the end of the day, if I don't like it, if I don't agree with him, but at least I heard a story. Now I got the full story. Now I can kind of pick out who I feel is lying and telling the truth, if their reason is good enough or not, and what decision I should make. But I'm making a decision based on that I heard both sides of the story. But he refuses to hear my son's side of my husband's side of the story. My husband done everything he can, and so he at this point he's like, he's a man. I can't force him. I won't beg him. I did everything on my part. My conscience is clean to make up and complete what I have to do. It has to be when he's ready. And my husband left it at that. So that's, but we always pray for him. We always think about him on his birthday, happy birthday. We'll say it out loud, and it's just, we keep seeing things that he said horrible about my husband. So my daughter is like, my dad is the greatest dad. He tried to be a good dad and be there for you, and he did everything he was supposed to do. If you don't want to hear the truth or know the truth, then don't talk about my dad because you're not hearing his side. Once you hear his side, then you can have an opinion. You can say, okay, I heard his side. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. It's not good enough. Then we would understand. But you don't have to hear his story. So if you don't want to have a relationship, then don't talk about him either. Just let him go completely. Why are you torturing yourself and then doing what you're doing? I cannot allow you to do that. So my children are the most humble, loving, giving, respectful people. They're fair. They don't like drama. They don't like what's the word? All that stuff. So anyway, that's how me and my husband met. We went through that, and I wish it had been different. My husband is a good guy. He I don't think his intentions was to really hurt anybody, but he was on his way out the door. He might as well have did the right thing. He regrets that. He doesn't regret meeting me and marrying me. I mean, our love for each other is so huge. And 27 years, we had majority of our relationship has been happy, memorable times. We've had hard times. We've had sad times. He regrets that he did it that way. He was going to leave anyway, but he wished he would have left right and then later started a relationship with me. He regrets that. He has remorse for that, but he knows he's not a bad person, and that's not something he would normally have done, but he got caught up in the moment. So, you know, nobody's perfect, and a lot of people have gone through what we have gone through, and everybody reacts to it or handles it differently. So I'm just glad that I didn't know nothing about it, that I didn't purposely, I wasn't guilty because I didn't know he was married or had a family. And when I did find out, I let him go to save his marriage, work it out, or make a decision. And then if I see him later on and everything was the way it's supposed to be, then we could have a relationship. So, not a lot of women would have cared. They would have been like, what, I'm not the one married. He has to respect his wife, not me. So, but everybody handles it different. So that's where I am. We're here 27 years later. We have 3 beautiful children, 2 girls and 1 boy. My son is autistic, of course, but he's the love of our life. He means the world to us. He's our baby boy, our angel, our everything, and so are my daughters. And so, like I said, most of our marriage has been really happy. But with every marriage, you have your sad times, your hard times, and it's the love and the communication and the strength that gets you through those times. And obviously, it's worked for us. Have we thought of divorce in our marriage? At times, yes. Whenever we've gone through those hard and set times, divorce has come up with us. We have been to a counselor at one time in our life. We were in therapy to work it out, and it worked. We had to do a lot of forgiving, a lot of, just our love. And our love was so strong and so deep. And our love of God and our love of our children and keeping our family together superseded everything. And it was worth working out when we did go through those hard and sad times. I plan to be married forever. I've forgiven a lot. There are certain things that you can be line crossers, that if this certain thing happens, there's boundaries. You can make mistakes and you can forgive a person so much or for certain things, but I do have there's some things that I could not forgive. And I have them in my head and my heart, but every relationship is different. Your relationship, you might be able to forgive, and some things you can overcome and forgive and move on and have a happy ending. Some people can't. Some people have a shorter span in their marriages. I'm proud to say we have been married for 27 years. We have been together for 27 years. We've been married. Next year will be 25 years because we've been together since 1990, but we officially got married in 1993. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to part 3 because this is already at 42 minutes. So you got a gist of what my marriage is like. My husband's Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican. I love his family. He loves my family. We love our relationship. We're romantic. We're passionate. We love each other more and more. It's a more deeper, more intense love. First it's the attraction with loving someone, and of course our family. We have a beautiful family. We love music. We have so much in common. We have such a special connection, a special bond, and I hope it lasts forever. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to go to part 3 where I'm going to give some statistics and some research because I'm already at 42 minutes. So hopefully you'll watch that. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And check out part 3.